You are watching Xirtus.
So I mean, it's Thanksgiving and it's time to pardon a turkey. Thoughts?
Turkey, turkey.
Oh, heck yeah, you got to pardon the turkey for sure. You got to give everybody a clean slate.
That might be a better hashtag than Alex Jones is pardon the turkey. I've been trying to figure out like pardon Alex Jones, but pardon the turkey might be a broader sentiment, right? Because it's like, okay, a lot of things have happened. We've talked about COVID amnesty. Can we pardon Alex Jones first? If we're going to do all this other crazy stuff where we're going to forgive people that could like literally get people killed, couldn't we forgive this guy who...
Julian Assange is a good one too, you know?
Yeah.
I wish I had a picture of Julian Assange as a turkey ready for
It
you.
is insane though. You know that think of how crazy it is. Even in like Star Wars, like the Empire, Baron Harkonnen from Dune. Like think of like the most evil movie characters. They would never even be, while they're slaughtering people all over the universe, they're also doing these little cartoony, funny things where they're pardoning turkeys, and you know what I mean. Like it's so insane. We're like this war machine nation, and then we have these little traditions and performances. Like now we're going to take a break to pardon a turkey and hand out Halloween candy. It's like it must just
turkeys
scare
are
people in the world
turkeys
so
are vultures, right? So that's the thing. Turkey also is named almost definitely after the country turkey because there's an animal that looks like the turkey from Turkey. It was a royal bird, might have been connected to the ibis, but turkeys, vulture, condor, they're all related to each other, right? So you think of turkeys kind of as this sweet cousin of the angel of death. You know what I mean? Like the vulture follows death as a cartoon sentiment. So the turkey
Turkeys
is not far off.
So they won't eat like rotting flesh, will they? A turkey?
I do not know. I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
think
that's
so,
the
but
thing.
they're really tough, like very
Yeah.
tough animals. Like they're resilient, they reproduce a lot, and like if they get going, you better look out.
Yeah, don't they like show up at you in a fight like ducks? Aren't they like unafraid? Like, what's
They're not
up?
afraid of anything, man, and
Yeah.
they'll populate like crazy and like destroy wildlife. Like I remember
Well, I mean,
my parents'
keep them in
place had, like,
balance. It's a
yeah,
good
like these
meal.
turkeys just they were allowed
Have
to
you ever
get
seen them
rolling.
fly up into trees to go to sleep? They sleep in trees, and they like line up like at an airport and like run one at a time and fly up into the tree. Then the next one goes. It's pretty fun.
So earlier today, hold on, let me show you. My buddy Synchronous posted this in his group. Well, you guys saw this, or you already saw
yeah,
this.
let's talk
Adam
about
was
this.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Can you explain what the
okay.
fuck that
So
is?
there's a couple things going on here. Adam posted this, and a lot of people have been sharing this video. And what's interesting is when you look up, I found it though. Sheep circle myth for 12 days, why this happens, and it might have been solved. And the answer could just seriously be this doesn't look nearly as weird when they're in a really tiny enclosed fence all their lives being raised to be eaten. And so that's all they know to do. They've been in circles all their lives, walking in circles in a really small gated area. And so that's what they still do to this day. Maybe. I don't know. That's the official story anyway, that they walk around in circles in these really small gates. But if I could just, where did he not post it on his main thing? Bro, how are you hiding the turkeys in the circle thing? Hold on, I gotta think.
Well, I did a little looking up, and there is some kind of bacteriological infection that animals
Andreas, you're
get.
revealing all our secret chats.
I'm trying, bro. It's all transparency.
Screenshot that.
Animals do get infected, and then that does make them walk around in circles and like hang around in corners and stuff. It gives them that kind of antisocial, bizarre behavior, and then they end up following each other, and they all get infected, and it's passes within a couple of days. I saw that on the internet too, but that's the internet, which I trust.
Yeah, you have to be careful on the internet, especially nowadays, because like people will take a video of sheep walking in a circle and put creepy music with it, and it's like, why is this happening? And I'm like, does that always happen? I've never lived on a farm. Like, I have no idea. You just put creepy music on it.
True.
And now I'm thinking about it, man. It's freaking me out a little bit.
They might do that every day before they go to sleep. I don't know.
Sure, right. Maybe it's just how they run down. It's their.
You got to watch out for clickbait, man. There's clickbait wizards out there. They put the creepy music on anything, and people are just like, "This is a new phenomenon that we have to talk about and share with everyone." And
here we go. I found it after much deliberation. Can you see this video?
Yeah.
This is what it, and he saw this in real life in San Jose, California. Right. This is in Silicon Valley. So clearly the devil's involved. I don't know what it means, but that's trippy. I don't know. There's something wrong with this.
Each turkey is like, hold on, you have something on your back. Hold on, you have something on your back.
Yeah.
I'll get it off for you.
I don't know, man. There's just, it seems like there's something going on with that. Okay. But we also need to talk about Thanksgiving. I mean, I could kind of get excited about turkeys and Ben Franklin, but days of humiliation and Thanksgiving, right? So when we think of Thanksgiving, it's half of the equation. There's supposed to be days of humiliation or fasting, and those also have feasts, that are kind of the opposite to that. You have certain days that you don't eat. You have like kind of a Ramadan thing. Protestants did this, Catholics did this, Muslims did this. A lot of people
humiliation though. Humiliation.
Right. It's literally called days of humiliation. And if you've ever had a Thanksgiving where you haven't eaten, it is. It really is. It feels like a day of humbling and humiliation. I've been through that before.
You hold on. I mean, what I'm hearing is that you're saying that you've been through a holiday experience where the food is out in front of you. Correct me if I'm wrong. The food is out in front of you, and you are there, but you are not eating it.
No, that's I don't think that's what they do. I don't think they have people sit in front of their plates with food
there, and you smell. You don't.
Yeah.
That. Like, what?
No, and I think you can imagine but there's been holidays. There's been I'm old enough in my life that there's been holidays where I haven't been around family or been in other countries or been in other places and not gone through the holiday experience and not gone out or something like that. And that's an opportunity for a fasting day at that point. And so here's the thing: Protestants, they had the first Thanksgiving was a day of humiliation. They didn't have any food. They were starved. We always kind of in the back of our minds remember this. The second Thanksgiving, that's the one where the Indians bring them stuff. But the first Thanksgiving was horrible. Like they didn't have food and they were.
How'd they know it was Thanksgiving?
Right.
On the first Thanksgiving.
Well, we're still here. Like
right. I think it's associated also with Beltane and the harvest holidays.
The witches have gifted us candied corn. It should last all winter long.
National days of prayer for specific occasions have been ordered in England as early as 1009 by King Althelred the Unready. Occasionally, days of fasting were held in England in the middle of the 16th century under Elizabeth I in response to plague outbreaks and the Armada crisis. Right. So the Armada crisis, when the Spanish are invading, they have people fasting in order to, join in the magic being worked by John Dee and everyone else and, Kelly in order to, just to create a storm that will destroy the tsunami. That's part of the magic that's being worked by the Elizabeth crown and eventually James. So they're forcing their citizens to fast. Right. And then afterwards, something that happens is that all of the humiliation days go away. By the 19th century, you start to have the idea of mostly these dinner parties, these big feasts replace fasts. And it's a break fast every time.
Thank God. I mean, really.
But it's kind of like, it reminds me of the South Park cursed word episode where they're like, all of a sudden everyone gets to say shit, and like, okay. But then it's a word of curse and people start getting sick all the time. You know what I mean? Because they're saying it's like they didn't realize it wasn't right to do. And there's a reason why it was called a word of curse, right? So I kind of wonder when we take out the self-humbling parts of holidays where, and Ramadan's about this too, like you have fasting and things, but then during the night they get to have gluttonous parties to some extent, some places. Do you destroy the whole purpose really? And because there's things about, what do you call it? Intermittent fasting, which are highly healthy for you.
That's right. Kick in that autophagy. Yeah.
So if it's like what's the religion supposed to do, right? Is the religion supposed to help make you a better person? Maybe if it's supposed to make you healthier, it like has yoga involved in it and you have to fast once a year or something.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to come from religion either. It can just come from a very,
right. I mean,
culture. But yes,
religions become cults that take your money. But if it seemed like if you look at the original idea, like it's supposed to offer you 5 things, maybe, right? Like mortality, knowledge, wisdom, power, or like popularity or influence in society, money, or like one of those kind of things, right? And if it's not offering those things, then people aren't subscribing to it up until it's become the state which enforces itself. Once then it's just like Comcast. Then it's like, oh, you can't get any other alternative.
Internet, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay,
I have lots of thoughts on cursed words and why why curse when you can bless is something my friend Ja Faith always says.
Yeah.
How do you remove a curse is my question always, because people argue with me on that topic a lot. It's interesting because the reggae scene is like half Rastafarians and half punks in California, and the punks curse a lot. You know what I mean? But they love reggae and sublime style reggae.
Do all
like
the
that.
punks have British accent, like inner city British? Are they like punks from the 80s?
No, they're like skate punks
more
from Z-Town in San Diego and stuff
it's
like
a
that.
It's a Long Beach kind of slang.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm two of my best friends are Ja Faith and Ras One, and they're the opposite breeds. So like Ras One smokes cigarettes, curses all the time, has a tattoo of the devil on his hand and stuff. And like you know, he argues with me all the time that all this stuff is goofy superstition. But you know, his people ask, you know, how does a word become cursed? And I don't think it's anything like the spelling of the word is like God just made it as a curse and you can never say it. But for me, it's your intention. Like if you feel dirty saying it and that's why you're saying it, to like share a dirty secret, you know what I mean? Then you're making it a cursed word by putting out that energy where you're like, it's kind of like when you walk into an Irish bar and like there's like the worst alcoholic at the end of the bar. He's like, do one shot with me. Come on, do one shot. Just so you're in like a pact with him. Like you've done the dirty deed together. And I think that's what cursing is too. It's like, oh, I'm saying the F word. You're saying it, like, oh, we're being naughty. And I think that's the cursed energy. So how do you clean words? How do you take these words and clean the energy off of it?
I mean, I think so. Part of the thing is also, I do kind of believe sounds have certain powers. Like there's a reason why the name Rama is Rama. Like there's mathematicians and physicists that have spent generations focusing on why those sounds and why they should say, these certain mantras with these noises to represent these phonemes. Like it's the most mathematical, there's a caste system in India just to make sure Sanskrit exists.
I mean, you're talking about Hebrew too, where God brought every beast before Adam and let him name it, you know, so like the sound and in Hebrew, it's like each sound has like a number correlated with it. So like,
so it's like pitch synced to this reality. Yeah.
It's supposed to be that every animal is like the name of that animal is equivalent to the amount of power it took God to create it. Like how many powers it took. Yeah.
That makes some sense too. If you look at some of the animals, I mean, you know, and they have more chromosomes than us, a lot of them as well. Like they're pretty interesting creations. But the idea of curse words seems like there's twofold, because it's about usually things that are, it's like love. Instead, you're talking about carnal, like the worst, like porn is really what it's associated with, as opposed to like building a family. And then, you know, there's manure and fertilizer, which grow flowers, but you're not talking about that aspect. You're talking about the negative aspect of something. It's like, oh, it's a terrible thing. And so those things are part of the intention at the base of the words. And people don't think about it, but it's because they're saying it often. I think often with people I know who curse, they're removing the emphasis from the word. So they'll be like, this is brilliant, but I don't want to say that. This is effing brilliant, because then it's not as brilliant and I don't feel as bad about saying it. It's like, I effing love you means I don't have to say I love you, because it's just so much. So it's kind of, it's a distancing, I think, from intention. But that also means you're losing control of what you're saying, and who's in control then?
A lot of it has to do with like mob energy too. Like a person is good, but like a group of people is always bad, like can't be moral. So it's like when people get together in groups, you know, and they start, you're drinking, you're cursing, you're taking part of all this bad behavior together. That's like just builds up like that mob energy. And it's like, what are we going to do next? You know, and then next thing you know, it's like a soccer row.
Yeah, I do think it'd be interesting though if kids spent more time like teaching, like, so kids, when you go to another country, they'll teach you curse words in their language. If they taught you how to, because I learned as a kid like a bunch of Sanskrit prayers and stuff, and those are all supposed to be just literally like medicine, right? They'll even just play them in the background if someone's sick to make them healthier, right? And so that's very similar to the Royal Rife sound healing things that we're looking into today, sonication, and there are a lot of Indian doctors that are connecting the sciences and art and saying, hey, maybe there was even more understanding of this before, and we're after some sort of a forgetting of why sound was so important. But I think, it's interesting. We're a culture that focuses on cursing so much, and instead of there are literally cultures that have existed and continue that spend just hours of their time, instead of watching violent movies or drinking or fighting with each other, singing sounds in order to make their lives better, right?